It's the biggest night of the year for people in the music industry, and this Sunday night on our sister station KRQE News 13, we'll be watching the 53rd Annual Grammy Awards, televised beginning at 7 p.m. And this morning we are so pleased to welcome Ken Erlich, the executive producer of the Grammys and so many other fantastic music productions over the years that I've been a fan of. Welcome. Thank you for being with us.
Oh, it's my pleasure, Nikki. Good to talk to you.
It's great to talk to you. And, of course, a really exciting year this year. Star-studded event that even includes, and I'm getting verklempt just thinking about it, Barbara. What is Barbara singing?
We don't say that.
Okay,
let's put it this. But I will tell you, it's a song she's sung before.
Oh, good one. I like how you got out of that one. That's great. But it is going to be a really remarkable night for her, as well as Mick Jagger, who's performing for the first time ever at the Grammys.
Yeah, he's never been on the show before. I've been wanting him on the show for years. We did a live remote from London years ago where we gave the Stones a Lifetime Achievement Award that was presented by Eric Clapton. But it was 4 o'clock in the morning in London, and there was not a lot of sobriety on stage. You know.
Shocking.
So we've been talking, off and on ever since. And as you know, this year Solomon Burke, a great R&B artist, passed, and he was a huge influence on Mick. And so Mick thought it appropriate to come this year and honor Solomon. So it's going to be it's a knockdown drag out. It's going to be some segment, and then it's just everywhere. I mean, as you mentioned, Streisand. There's Katy Perry, Justin Bieber performing with Usher. Lady Antebellum has a great segment that they're doing.
Big year for them.
Let me look for a second.
It's a big year for Lady Antebellum.
Yeah, it's been a big year.
And
Eminem is... I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, I was going to say a real big crossover year for a lot of the country artists because they've become so mainstream. And I think that's going to be really exciting to see.
Yeah, and we always have a good sprinkling of country presenters that are coming on as well. One of the things I was going to mention was Eminem is not only performing with Rihanna, and nominated song, but there's another performance that he's doing that we haven't released yet, but I can tell you it's going to be pretty historic.
Oh, I love it.
Really
Well,
will be.
You were responsible for a lot of the historic duets we've seen over the years. I mean, I know that you were in charge of the Prince and Beyonce one, wasn't that yours? That was your creation.
Yeah.
Oh, amazing.
Again, I think it's kind of come to be expected on our show that we do go a little further, and we not only allow the artists to stretch and do something that they might not have done before, but we encourage it, and we think that fans really get a kick out of that. Fans really get that.
Sure do.
It's not just like watching a performance somewhere else where we do our hit. And thank you very much, we move on.
Exactly.
These are things that you're never going to see anywhere else. You're going to see on this show.
Well, Eminem not only performing, but also topping this year's list as far as nominations go with 10, correct?
Yeah, he's having a big year. A big year. Yeah.
Album of the Year nominees. Let's talk about some of those contenders real quickly as well.
Well, an album, interesting. I mean, again, it's a big cross mix. Arcade Fire. Alternative music has become so... It's not alternative anymore.
Right.
It's pretty mainstream, and I love this band. I've watched them for several years. I think it's really going to be an interesting year for them. That category just continues to be, maybe one of the most interesting. Record is new artist. New artist is Justin Bieber. It's Florence. It's Drake. Who's performing with Rihanna, by the way.
Oh, that's gonna be great.
Esperanza Spalding is in that category. It's really a pretty good year. Again, representing a lot of different kinds of music, but it's all good.
Absolutely. CeeLo, Bruno Mars, lots of amazing artists. And I also understand a very special performance was just added to the agenda with a celebration of the Queen of Soul with some powerhouse female artists. Can you tell us real quickly about that?
You bet. I'm so excited about this. I started talking to Aretha around Christmas time just basically to see how she was. And we had some really good conversations. She's doing well. She's really feeling good. She's talking about wanting to, come out again. again, and she says she will be singing again. And so I asked her if we could do this. She said, yep, please go ahead. So it's Christina Aguilera, it's Jennifer Hudson, it's Martina McBride, it's Yolanda Adams, a great gospel singer, and Florence from Florence and the Machine, who, if you haven't seen, is remarkable. These are, you know, when you do a salute to Aretha, you better make it with singers.
Oh, yeah. You better bring the powerhouse vocalists for sure. And we know it's going to be an amazing, amazing show. So, Ken Erlich, thank you so much. Of course, the 53rd Annual Grammy Awards are this Sunday, starting at 7 on KRQE News 13. Thank you so much for joining us, and have a great show.